we've had controversy at LAVA, the Venture Association, about, hey, we invest our seed stage money in startups and then the VCs come, they invest in them, and then they summon the companies up north. And one of our legendary investors, John Funk, was irritated by this and did a statistical survey and proved that that was baloney. That actually they are not causing our best and brightest to have to move up north. At least they aren't taking the companies. But more importantly, Silicon Valley has a whole bunch of money and they are not afraid to get on Southwest and come down and spend it, which is wonderful. I'd rather have them spend their money down here than us spend our money up there. So that's okay. Silicon Valley's your friend. When I was I started my legal career in '93, right at the start of the gold rush, and was at the biggest firm at the time in San Francisco. And by the time I got to a software company to be their GC, we had people coming from literally all over the planet. It was a magnet for anyone in their 20s to come. We had MBAs serving as receptionists because they wanted to be in a startup. People were quitting $200,000 jobs to earn $30,000 at a startup because they got a lottery ticket. And they were all excited with their stock options. So from a developmental standpoint, I get it all day and night that for the love of God, we have 10 million people here. Can't we find some talented people to work at these jobs? But I would say to you that what Carrie and I discussed on the call the other day was some of what we need to do here is storytelling. And that was Carrie's idea. And I kind of scratched my head a little bit. And then I came to realize that you and I were saying the same thing, that if we have a Snapchat get bought for $3 billion, guess what? That just validated our startup community in Venice. If we have 2 or 3 of those hit in the space of a year and have TrueCar go public and have a couple home runs, we're going to be known for those industries. And that will attract talent from all over the planet to come here. And we will backfill those jobs if we can't figure it out with the local talent. And the local talent will have to giddy up and take advantage of the resources at Long Beach City College and the other communities here and take advantage of what we have so they can go get those jobs. It will be completely aspirational if we can have a couple of big home runs.
You're talking about catalyzing events that end up attracting and keeping.
And the last thing I'll say,
talent.
and then I'll stop hugging the mic, is fragmentation. We talked about that too. And we hear that at LAVA a lot. We have people come to us every 6 months. For the love of God, could you find some way to have one place where we could look at all the startups together, or one place where we could meet all the angels? And the last mayor, Villaraigosa, created this Built in LA thing and was trying to figure out how to do it. Quite frankly, those of us in the senior leadership at LAVA, we like the fact that LA is fragmented. We think it's a good thing. You got JPL sitting in Pasadena on top of Caltech. You got semiconductors sitting out in Camarillo. You got Silicon Beach. You got this guy working hard on clean tech. And they're all in different places. And why is that a good thing, and why should we maintain it? Well, Long Beach, of all places, if you put all your eggs in the basket of aerospace and aerospace goes sideways, uh-oh. Do we really want all of our technological innovators putting their eggs in one basket, and we get to watch this movie for the 3rd or 4th time? Even our mighty entertainment industry, we got people going to